Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Summit 5 European Qualifiers Phase 1 Flipside Tactics facing off against Virtus Pro. Lyrical, though, joined today by the magnificent and marvelous MotPax. Sir, how you doing? You excited about this game number 2 we got here?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying not to be marvelous and magnificent. I did okay. Well, it's okay. We got a first pick, Night Stalker. All right. That is pretty intense. Straight up, just trying to maybe deny out some ideas that they might have on the side of Flipside Tactics, determining that they want to get a little bit aggressive. I know that VP played a couple games against Navi. That Night Stalker lately seemed to be doing some serious work for them back over the Dream League finals. I'm a big fan of this 4-role Night Stalker, but sometimes we see it get shifted over right into that core 3-role too.
Yeah, and we'll see if that indeed is the way that they want to try and run this one. It's going to end up being Flipside Tactics taking the IO. Again, it is worth noting that a level 3 penalty has been applied to Flipside Tactics because they were 30 minutes late to the first game and because they ended up having the 20 minutes normal time that would have been the forfeit, and the admins as well as Virtus Pro were thankful enough to, or rather generous enough to give them an extra 10 minutes to get there. That meant that they had the extra level 3 penalty applied for this game. So just a little bit of a background as to what's going on there, but now they're going to be taking the DK in conjunction with the IO. So a whole lot of mana to be able to sustain him in lane, as well as a nice bit of extra regen for the guy that already has a ton of it.
Yeah, I think the idea there being we just played, the Alchemist is still in the pool, so maybe you're thinking, why don't they just go back for that IO Alchemist? He got really farmed and everything, but I think VP showed that they have a really good strategy for dealing with it, and they're going to be invading your jungle. They've already shown the aggression of that Night Stalker, who's going to be coming in right around that peak time where Alchemist likes to maybe duck back into that dire side jungle and take care of some of those stacks. So, seeing that aggression coming, they're just going to go for something much more stable, something that they've also been playing quite a bit recently in some of their games with that Dragon Knight. So, IO Dragon Knight. We've seen a couple teams run this. It's very hard to bring that guy down in the mid lane. We already know the Dragon's Blood makes him so tanky. Feast, of course, will be helping, but the damage reduction as well as the healing coming up from the IO can be pretty massive.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem and something they're going to need to contend with, but VP are going to opt to go for the Lifestealer, the sort of natural answer to the Dragon Knight, the tanky hero in general, just being able to level that feast against them and sustain a little bit longer than they would be able to otherwise. We're also going to see the Phoenix band out, as well as that Broodmother, Queen of Pain, and the Nature's Prophet. Now Flipside Tactics with the third pick. It looks like right now Virtus Pro just don't want to have to deal with the split push game. They just want to be able to have a straight up 5-on-5 fight and take it on their own terms.
And now you start to look towards these other bands. You're getting rid of that Nature's Prophet for Sedoi can be a little bit of a mix-up hero too, and of course comboed up with IO. IO Nature's Prophet have been one of the best duos in terms of win rate in a long time. They've done very well together. And with the Bane pickup, it looks like we're heading back into something as a more traditional IO partner. Maybe a Sven, maybe a Tiny, could be a Chaos Knight, something that you want that setup for the Bane. You're looking to get really aggressive, and with that level 6 popped on the DK, you can start pushing into towers and then use the pressure of the relocate to, pick off one hero if they're not fully set up behind the tower right away.
Yeah, that would be the way to make it happen. I do like the Earth Spirit response, though. This seems very, very natural to me. You're sort of in the same... It's like the light version of the Chronosphere, basically. You throw a quick little remnant down, you're able to hit the boulder smash in through it as well. And then we're going to see Flipside also take the Jug. This is a dynamic also that if you're not really, really in good communication with your Juggernaut and the IO player, you can cause some problems with the Blade Fury and the Tether, where you're not able to hit one after the other, and then all of a sudden your Juggernaut's not capable of being relocated out. So it can be a little bit of a contentious point.
Yeah, and then the Death Prophet here for G. One of his better heroes, but they've shown the Night Stalker and the Earth Spirit, so we're pretty safely able to assume this will be the 3-role Night Stalker heading into that off-lane role. The Earth Spirit can be hanging around the mid, doing his thing. Yeah, that's the Oracle ban-out that you expect when it comes to the Death Prophet. Very fantastic 5-role support, trying to keep that thing up and alive. They already have some kind of decent lockdown between the slows and everything, but I wouldn't mind some hard stuns or maybe even some nuke damage, perhaps a Lion. Although his range is so low, it's hard to really bring down that IO right away. However, if he's close enough, the IO's just dead. So it might be worth it. Yeah. The other thing is the Disruptor is actually still there, so that should be the pick because it's mega good here.
The Disruptor, that does seem very solid to me. If they wanted to take that one. And again, two heroes that rely somewhat heavily on their spellcasting abilities in the carry roles that are melee, it can be an issue. Ooh, but they're going to go back for the Wyvern. I love this pick. They're not going to be able to burn through the Dragonite himself, but you can definitely counter out that IO and find a quick and easy kill with any of those relocate partners so far. I love the Winter Wyvern in this situation.
Yeah, it's going to come online really early, too. Doesn't need like the levels that you kind of look towards for someone like that Disruptor, and it does look like it'll be early push from the side of Flipside, so having the early Splinter Blast is going to be very handy, and of course, as you mentioned, the Winter's Curse right on top of that IO, someone's going to just like beat him to a pulp. Totally taking him down here. And the last hero has to be some sort of an offlane that pairs up well. The default go-to would be like a Tide to try and give some space to the Death Prophet kill, but it's actually going to be the Bat Rider, so more initiating rather than counter-initiating.
I actually like this pickup. I think that we see Flipside Tactics. They've chosen a really good draft. You've got the Bat Rider that can, as Flipside are knocking on the front door of the tier 3s, pull somebody out and potentially find a kill with that Juggernaut Omni Slash. So I really like this response all around by Flipside. I think that they've put together a really solid draft. It's just going to come down to execution at this point, and I'm always a little bit concerned when I see FNG on this hero. He just tends to be able to make it work for himself, and also thinking about the DOT that comes out from the Earth Spirit and the silence that you can level against him with the DP. If they get a really nice Winter's Curse that catches onto several, there's a lot of setup potential here. And with a Night Stalker being the offlane hero, picking up probably an early Agnum Scepter, all the team fights that come are going to be on their terms.
Yeah, that could be very frustrating for Shoshlo as well, trying to get those initiations off. His early game should be somewhat decent, though. Like the Winter Wyvern, hard lockdown in lane. Earth Spirit will be pretty busy in the mid lane, so Shoshlo should have a decent time bottom. Unfortunately, the Lifestealer is one of the more annoying carries to be against just because he can rage off your Napalm stack, so there's very little kill potential unless he would make a mistake from the Lifestealer. But one thing you can see is once you do hit level 6, it's very easy to get that lasso kill thanks to Vanscore maybe just showing up in your lane wherever you happen to be. He just tethers to you, sudden burst of move speed, and you get a lasso for free. So get a quick ward down bottom, which will go unnoticed.
Oh, nicely played there. They got a couple of their own VPs. This one is over by the staircase on the Dire side, and you've also got another one on the other staircase of the Dire side. So a good amount of vision going to be had by both squads as they head into their respective places where they're going to fight for the Bounty Runes. What do you think about this matchup here, DP versus Dragonite? I feel like it's pretty heavily DP favored.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much just even trades back and forth. You're expecting it if it was like a 1v1, but the Earth Spirit and then the DK, or rather the Earth Spirit and the IO going to be coming and kind of tilting this one in their favor. I guess it was just straight 1v1 Team IO, it's just going to be like bottle crowing the whole time if he wants to keep his CS up and maxing Dragon's Blood, and G will just like run at you, so going to be needing quite a bit of help in that IO, but you're expecting this to just be a dual lane mid the entire time. Whereas the No Fear might head top. It's actually he'll just be mid the whole time too. There's really nowhere else for him to go. Maybe gank bot.
It's definitely a possibility. Shoshlo is going to run into FNG here and goes for the Firefly. Going to try and pull that creep wave by if at all possible. And actually, Aloha Dance walking into the Firefly there does mean that he's going to be able to get the pull. That's a little bit unfortunate. Had he not done that, I don't think that they end up pulling the creep wave actually.
Yeah, that is a really nice entry spot too for FNG. He spots it where the ward is.
That's good stuff.
Covers a ton of the usual spots too. Like this one right along the line there, over here, down in the corner. That's nice.
Absolutely. Well, and you can see that again mid lane. TMW is not having a terrible time so far, but G should be able to have a not really contested time at all early on, I would imagine. Night Stalker, meanwhile, in the top lane, did end up going for boots. This is a really dangerous lane to be in with the Juggernaut and the Bane. It does look like Vanscore is going to rotate over, though, and as you were talking about there, the IO, DK, always a frustrating lane to go up against.
Yeah, not too much G's going to be able to get done here. Very low kill potential. It'll be pretty similar to last game as well, where it was just pretty much static mid, nothing really going down. It'll be the off lanes that might be getting a little bit risky here. As Yoku's now out of regen, one tango remaining, and it's at half HP.
the rolling boulder doesn't end up being able to find him
he
to
might
chase
be dead.
down. He's in trouble. Yeah, he's going to end up being able to get dropped. And Sadoy, actually hemmed in by the creeps, is going to end up maybe falling here, 20 HP. And he's going to be able to walk away with the salve going. That is so frustrating if you're VP. Batrider finds a kill down bottom on the Winter Wyvern. Excuse me for that one. The chase is going to continue, and Aloha Dance, he's not going to be a healthy man.
Yeah, it looks like it was that surprise kind of show up by Vanscore, and I'll talk about it with the lasso. It's also going to be very good just early on against someone like that Winter Wyvern. No stun. Nothing he can do against the Batrider himself. Top lane, this is so scary for Yoku. Like, if he gets down to like 60% HP, they can just sleep, walk up with the jug, and go for the full spin.
Yeah, it really is a problem, and because of that, he has to just play so carefully. They got the pull off there as well, so Creepwave going to be in a little bit of a precarious spot. They are going to end up dropping the sleep now, and Sadoy possibly going to be able to find this kill as they've also got the Brain Sap available. They're going to end up dropping it there. Goes for the Fairy Fire, trying to find it, and they are going to end up being able to get that Rolling Boulder, trying to maybe think about a kickback. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to find it, though. Only level 1 on No Fear, maybe going to be able to finish them off. The chase is going to continue. They've got the damage from that Rage Creep, and actually Night Stalker finds the final kill with the Void. Meanwhile, Wind Lane, they're also going to be chasing out. Looks like TMW is going to be able to survive, and they couldn't find the kill on the Bane up top.
Yeah, knowing that the Eye had rotated to the bottom lane and now actually coming up to the top, they want to try and make something happen mid. So close. That bottle had just come in before the 3-minute mark as well for Tame My Wild. Back up to some better HP levels here. Seeing a little bit more aggression than perhaps we expected. That was a really nice rotation top. The fact they got the kill on the jug is just humongous. Like, you certainly weren't expecting Sadoy to go down.
No, definitely. And, I mean, it's just to the point where you thought that you're going to be able to find the kill the other way. Nice dodge of the Rolling Boulder, and maybe going to be able to find something more. No, if he doesn't hit that right off the bat, then there's just not a kill potential in that lane.
Yeah, and losing out on a lot of that slow now, too. So it was 0.6 seconds early on.
Oh, yeah.
Two full seconds level 1, now down to 1.4. Pretty big nerf. The Orb of Venom's still always there, though.
Well, and they actually get the slow now onto TMW. Maybe going to be able to find it. Oh, the kickback. Good play there as well. They've already got the Spirit Siphon, and I think he is going to fall. Maybe going to be able to kill off Vanscore as well. He's just coming to try and help out a buddy. They got the Nightmare there, and I think that Bane is going to die too. It's the 4-minute mark, and they're just going to be able to dive the tower here. Why not? Tanky cores abound, and 3 heroes dead in the mid lane. Wyvern finds a kill also on the Batrider at the same time.
Alright, DD Room Winter Wyvern, good hero. Using that Arctic Burn to get Shasho as he's flying up around Roshan. Wow, this is that aggression that you expect from this lineup, though. Coming right at that 4-minute mark with the Night Stalker. Couldn't have been any better for him. I wonder how much gold he ended up with on Yoku. He's got into his phase boots. He can even pick them up here in just a moment. There will be the same thing from the Lifestealer, though.
Yeah, he's been farming away pretty happily right now, and there's only 100 gold behind that Juggernaut who's top of the net worth. I'm also looking at this situation, and Aloha Dance just going to be able to run at this Batrider. It's such a frustrating situation to be in.
Yeah, no punish available here, and that's something we haven't really talked about, whereas Aloha Dance is just chilling down bottom. He doesn't have the more traditional, like, running heroes, but he's got a Night Stalker who can do his own thing where he's just, like, going through your jungle. You can be inside of him, good move speed. And then you've also got the roll-in boulder, too, which is a little bit unique compared to our traditional, like, Storm of Spirits, Quaps, and Pucks.
We do get, just so everybody is aware, the bonus 10 minutes of times before... bonus 10-minute pause time in between each match. So they do have the fresh 10 minutes on the side of Flipside, despite the fact that they were pausing in the last game as well. Apparently a mouse issue is what is coming about right now. Juggernaut phase
Get
boots.
some mouse traps. Nice. Pauses. Is that a starting roll mid? That looks like a starting roll mid. Where's he going? On to Tame My Wild? That's a dive.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to find that one. It's
Well, they
definitely
got Arctic Burn.
Do they have vision of this? It doesn't look like it. So Tame My Wild doesn't realize that this is happening in the mid lane. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get some spidey senses of tingling to find a kill. Kind of doubtful, but it is a possibility.
It's pretty unlikely. Broodmother did get banned this game, so.
What did I
Nice.
say?
I'm just on fire. Spidey senses.
That's good stuff.
I'm back, baby.
You're a married guy, right? You gonna
Yeah.
get some dad jokes coming up soon? Is that what's going on here?
I don't know. Maybe is that what happens? Like they say,
That's what happens.
yeah,
It's
do
your
they
first
just
sign.
come in the mail? Do you get a book? It's
Potentially.
just some like overarching like body of fathers or something that just start sending them out.
Should ask Nahaz. He's the
That's
guy.
That's true.
Well,
I heard they actually delivered one to him, but he picked it up and it just turned into a giant bucket of salt.
good stuff. Well, it looks like we're going to be able to have this initiation coming through. They find the kitchen. That's going to be the kickback. Really well played there. They're able to force him into a compromising situation, and TMW is going to go down here. I believe he's really freaking tanky. Is actually getting healed back up so much by Vanscore. Can they actually even end up finding this kill? The Rolling Boulder finds him again, and that is going to be a kill. Here on the bottom lane, though, they're getting the body blacks onto this Bane. Going to be able to hold him in position, and another Void is going to come out. This should be a second kill, and VP are just firing on all cylinders right now.
Oh, is this even a lineup that can like take this aggression though? On the side of Flipside, I'm starting to. I feel very worried for them. This is a lineup that wants to be ahead, right? You have a Dragon Knight, you have like Juggernaut. Yeah, he likes to farm pretty early on, get into that Battle Fury and everything, but he doesn't mind rotating in with that Omni Slash, right away into that level 6 or 7. But VP are starting to get ahead with the Death Prophet. Scary stuff right there. Even had that early point, the Exorcism, which is just if you're winning so much that you can just like abuse that all. And Tama, well, again.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage.
Down here.
Vanscore comes in to save the day. That was much needed, and they actually have 4 heroes mid right now. Yoku needs to get the heck out of dodge, and with the phase boots, he should be able to. Again, it's a lineup where you don't have the Blink Dagger anywhere near completion for this Batrider. It doesn't really feel like it gets much easier because they're going to be able to keep making this happen until nighttime's over, and then again another nice timing at that 12-minute mark when that eventually comes about. This is a tough one.
Yeah, and that will be a nice window, though, because a lot of things for Flipside will be coming online between the 8 and the 12 minutes, and perhaps that's when they can start to go for that aggression. Yoku won't even be 6 yet, because although he's been rotating a lot, this isn't like the Iron Talon jungle, so he's not mega leveled or anything like that. And we'll have our Elder Dragon form. He can start running into these towers. We'll have our Omni Slash rotating in. What about our Heal Ward? It's level 1. He's got the full spin. His levels are good. Batrider, that'll be the big thing for Shoshlo. He's still trying to build him his drums. I told you, this is the CIS Dota, man. They love their drums. Just like China brought it out, but CIS are loving it. That's all I hear them talk about.
Win laces abound. I do like it. Again, it's kind of an interesting situation. TMW is very tanky right now, and he only has the 860 HP, but currently 11 armor as well as those infused raindrops. He's in a really great spot where they keep on trying to move these ganks into the mid lane to kill him off. I kind of would rather see them move up to try and shut down this Juggernaut. And as I say that, we're actually going to see the Earth Spirit rotate to the top lane. I don't know if they're going to be able to find a kill, though, with just him. Certainly not.
Yeah, Sidoyle will just keep doing his thing up here. I don't think he's like a major concern, because we assume he'll be going for the Battle Fury. And he's just kind of be doing his thing for a long time, and I think that VP just want to end this game before he even becomes a real factor, or at least have such a stranglehold that he can't get anything out of the map. This next 4 minutes, I think, is just giant for Flipside, though. They need to get up and get together, it seems. I don't know if you can go into like that 12 to 16 minute stretch where everything will be online. Like, they're going to have the ultimate up on the Earth Spirit, they're going to have the ultimate up on FNG, they're just going to group up, they're going to push down your towers and take Roshan with Exorcism. I feel like you need to get something going for you right now from Flipside.
Well, and they're going to get level 6 pretty shortly on Night Stalker, and then all of a sudden your timing window shrinks quite significantly. They have to find something, and not quite going to be able to get there onto TMW. Do have the silence, so holding them for the moment, but not going to fully commit for that one. But every time, Batrider has to rotate over and try and help out his buddy just to make sure that he doesn't get dove. And Lifestealer pops into the rage mode, gonna try and push this in a little bit more and go for the tower pressure. Looks like Sashlo is gonna be able to scout this, though. They have the IO in the area, trying to get the increased movement speed. They pull him back now, gonna be able to get that flaming lasso. Is there any follow-up, though? She's gonna rage TP away. No problem.
Yeah, Sidoi did come bottom though, and with him TPing out, maybe that'll be enough for them to just pressure this tower down. Perhaps not enough heroes to actually come in and do anything from the side of the Radiant, and that looks like it will be the case. They do have the Exorcism, they get the ward in the mid, nice little D-ward there by FNG. And they can just pressure mid, and if the TP comes in, they can pop Exorcism, or G could just pop it right away. Yeah, he's got an Arcane Rune. Pop that thing.
That's so good. 100-second cooldown roughly on that spell now, and if he wants to, he could even potentially head down towards the bottom lane. They're going to end up being here, though. Lifestealer Bomb in No Fear with the stun and Magnetize. This is going to be devastating. They really need to get out of here. They have the follow-up stun. Not going to be able to throw it as of yet, but open wounds onto TMW. He's going to be killed off. And with the Exorcism already popped, they're fully ready to fight. Oh God, Vance
nice kick coming through.
Oh, it's going to catch on to both of them. They've got the Magnetize down now, and already Vance score is dead. 9-2 is the score, but man, it feels like it's much more than that already. The Omni Slash comes out, actually just destroys the Earth Spirit, but Nightstalker kills off the Bane. Triple for Yoku at 11 minutes. It's pretty good.
No Fear is just like, Omni Slash down, guys push. They have nothing. I rolled into him, and he OP'd me.
That's a pretty nice pickup for the Jug at least, but yeah, it's a little bit interesting. By the way, DP ulti is going to be back up again in 30 seconds. That Arcane Rune's pretty good.
Yeah, it's always had to make an adjustment. He's going to head into that Yasha's. Oh, jeez. They didn't do it on the IO, though, so...
Oh my God, the damage is so immense. They're going to try and pull Aloha Dance back, and bringing down the Winter Wyvern low is going to be able to find that kill, but as you said, no Omni Slash. They're going to be able to bring him down very low, and he is going to end up falling. They've got the healing ward there, but man, this is just a complete and total disaster for Flipside. They don't have anything that they need at this point in the game, and again, this is relatively speaking the weaker point in their draft. They're going to do a lot of damage to this DP, dropping low, but not dead as of yet, and suddenly Sachlo's going to go down again.
Oh, no, more?
Nightstalker, he's turning back around. It's about to be nighttime.
No stones.
Guess what? It's time to try and go a little bit faster, and gonna chase down Vanscore here. They might just dive a tier 3 tower.
Deep, guys.
This is gonna be a kill. They have nothing to punish them.
They're still a tier 1. Hello? VP have no care for towers or map control.
Oh, good.
Oh, no fear, not again.
Well, I will say that at this point in time, guess what? The team fight keeps on going. They're going to try and hold on to Aloha Dance here, and it looks like they are finally going to lose another hero. He rages, might need to go for an Infest away, but no great luck at it. Tried to get to the creep wave, but wasn't able to find it in time, and he ends up going down. But yeah,
hey, that was kind of strange.
Nightstalker's 7-1-5, by the way.
Yeah, it's kind of good. This is decent. I'm not sure how that happened mid. Somehow G went down, but he was like Exorcism and killing a tower. I'm not sure. Like, that was even before the Armlet got delivered, but Tailwind got the kill, and then they lose the Lifestealer too.
Oh, Sidoi not going to drop. They're going to do a good amount of damage, trying to bring them down, magnetize onto 2, and you're going to end up seeing the Winter Wyvern go down, so FNG not going to be there. Omni Slash is no fear again. They are going to be able to kill off Vanscore. Yoku gets another kill, and trying to be able to get out. He still survives, but they end up being able to get a double now. Killing spree for Sidoi. They got to start worrying about this guy. He's getting big.
Yeah, I think the hubris was a little bit real here from VP. Like, yeah, you just dove past tier 1, tier 2 into their tier 3s, and you pop back, and then you die, and you're like, oh, whatever, we're so far ahead, like, blah, 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 and then suddenly the entirety of Flipside is just like running into your towers as you're slowly respawning one by one and TPing in, and then they end up losing the Death Prophet again. Aloha Dance isn't there to help out when he's like one of your heaviest damage dealers without Exorcism being online. They gotta chill out here. Like, you had the advantage for VP for sure, but they've thrown away a little bit of that lead. You can see it was slowly climbing and now dropping back down.
Yeah, it's 1,000 net worth lead, and they're actually behind in terms of experience. It's also worth noting that a lot of their gold is built up on this Nightstalker, who granted is incredibly farmed for this point in the game in the offlane role. Like, he's 8-1-5 and has 2 components of his Aghanim Scepter and like is halfway almost to his 3rd. They're actually going to jump in now and able to get the silence off. Really good play there. Pulls down Sidoi. That was an easy one. That was really, they needed that to sort of right the ship.
Yeah, that's a hard kill to get too, because he's always just gonna have the option of like spin TP, and they have nothing to deal with that besides Winter's Curse.
Well, and Lifestealer now looks to be going for the Echo Saber, as he's already picked up the Oblivion Staff. Always an interesting item choice. It's kind of okay against the Dragon Knight, I feel like. You can get that feast damage out a little bit more.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen a Lifestealer do this, but it makes quite a bit of sense. Just more right clicks, more lifesteal. It's a good tempo item for them right now in terms of like how they want to play this game and the speed that they're trying to set, the pace and everything. So no need to go for anything a bit deeper. We've been seeing a lot of Desos lately too. So kind of these more mid-game focused items. Wouldn't even mind seeing one after this.
And well, I think that it just also like with the armlet toggled on, it just does so much work. They're gonna pop the Exorcism to secure Roshan at this point, and they should be able to find it with ease. Looks over here towards the mid lane, like Yoku's gonna be able to scout this out. Has the third component now of his Ags, but is gonna get pulled back, and this should be another easy kill. They find Yoku, and that's a lot of gold going the way of Batrider. That's his blink.
They know they're in there, and it's daytime.
Oh,
they have to leave.
Well, Arcane Rune picked up now by G.
Radiant's middle tower
I mean,
is under
Roshan
attack.
is down about a third of the way. Like, he is, or 2/3 of the way. They might be in a little bit of trouble here. Well, 100 seconds, no DP ulti. They get the silence off. They back out again. Night Stalker's going to be back up in 8 seconds, and maybe they can take the fight then. They're going to be able to have one darkness up in time. There's going to be the jump out. They're going to be able to go there onto the Winter Wyvern. He's freaking dead, and now you also have the Magnetize that's going out. TMW dropping low, not nearly low enough as of yet. Aloha Dance trying to bring down Metplume. He is going to end up falling relatively low, but it looks like with the Magnetize reapplied, they might be able to kill them all off, as that's going to be the dead Dragon Knight, but the Ami Slash onto Yoku, trying to transfer it over onto No Fear. He is going to fall. Io finds the kill. And it looks like with that, 4 heroes dead on VP's squad. They have really let this game get a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, that was a really risky play by them, heading into the Roshan pit just as nighttime was ending. And without Yoku nearby or anything, like running down that mid lane, great ward. Like, that's kind of how this all started. Just the fact that they had the vision here, able to get the quick blink lasso on top, and understanding like where he was moving, and their other wards here as well, just spotting here like Roshan and everything. Flip side, it's such a rough early game. Very impressive to see them turning this one around, and Shoshlo is insanely farmed. These drums, they really do help you farm faster. Grabs FNG in the mid.
Yeah, it's going to be another one going their way, and it feels like these kills, well, yeah, that should be a kill here. So they're going to be able to force him back. They're just a little bit too easy. It's kind of okay to lose the supports if it's by virtue of getting something done, but FNG was just sort of pushing out the mid lane. There wasn't really a whole lot being accomplished.
Well, that mid lane will be pushing back the other way now. Start bringing in everybody. And we even have like a relocate safe here if they try and go and tame my wild anything too heavy.
Very scary situation. They have Yoku's trying to push out this top lane, and he's only 300 gold away from finishing off that Ags. They've already just popped the Manta style, and the tier 1 tower is gone. You look at Flipside, they're really just sort of screaming ahead right now, and 4,000 experience lead. It's really impressive to see them be able to take this, and it's kind of a weird one because it feels like they've been taking advantage of the mistakes that VP have been making. And it's not something that we saw last time from VP.
No, it seemed like it was more so going the other way, but now coming back in, they have Exorcism. Yoku's a little bit behind, but he doesn't have nighttime anyway. And they're probably expecting them to be in there. Yeah. But the smoke won't pop.
They sodded them with the scan coming out from the Dire. They were able to see all of the Radiant heading over that way. Lifestealer finally finishes the Echo Saber. Still 3,000 gold behind that jug, and they're going to walk into high ground with this. Smoked up Sashla is going to be able to spot No Fear. Thinking about dumping in, is going to be able to pull him back, and they have the pop-out. Oh, low, and it's on the low ground. No Fear is going to be able to get healed up for the moment, and trying to bring down Sidoi. He is going to fall. They get off the... Oh, the Winter's Curse. Is it going to be enough to bring down Sidoi? Doesn't look like it as of yet. Omni Slash now onto several, and I think that they're going to be able to maybe turn this one back around. There's also going to be the Exorcism, but they find the kill. And now chase continues. They're going to be able to kill off this Juggernaut, I believe. Silence onto one, but there's the Void kill. Well played by Yoku. He gets it, needs to get out of dodge before things go awry, and is going to be flame braked back, caught in the midst of everything. Aloha Dance is going to run in, goes for the Armor Toggle, trying to kill off Tame My Wild. Should be able to find this one, and I think that they might have been able to turn the tide here. It looks like Yoku's going to be able to get away from this one. I think trying to get that, and it is going to be a kill. So well played there. Double for Aloha Dance. With that, VP take a little bit more control of this game.
Yeah, that fight just really showcased the power of vision. Like, dragging them into those trees just makes those last few kills so easy inside of VP. Always having this high Aghanim Scepter vision. They had every idea as to what was going on. Losing G was a little unfortunate. It's pretty crazy how much damage just got like totally thrown down with that DK. Just stunned him up, raised the Exorcism was going, and brought him down. But he's back up now, farming that mid lane. They're getting Roshan with the Exorcism, so everything seems to be turning back towards the side of VP. Still the concern of that Juggernaut, though. He is relatively farmed. But you can even see as they grouped up with that Omni Slash, there wasn't too much you could do. Mid lane, G might go down again, though.
Well, they've bringing him in. They tried to kill him with just the relocate in from Vanscore, and they're going to pay for it. I guess he didn't tether up. He went in with the spirits, but didn't find the kill. And when the rotation came over, they were able to keep him alive. So a little bit of a misplay there. They are going to pull FNG into the midst of this. The stun comes through, catches on to Tame My Wild. There's the Cold Embrace, keeping FNG alive for the moment, but it's not going to be enough to make it work. They have been able to get the Void now onto Sadoy. Again, another key instance of vision being a predominant factor for them being able to win these fights. Really well played there by VP.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone ever ends up killing this damn Aegis. Just on top of Tame My Wild.
Oh, they're going? I back
Dire's
out.
middle tower is under attack.
Alright, we have Blink, we have Force Staff. We don't blast with it. Only Firefly is trying to dissuade this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to pop Darkness again. They've got eyes on all of them. Oh, a really nice silence onto 4. Can they follow this up? Trying to run into the midst of all of them. Aloha Dance actually pops out a little bit prematurely. Tame My Wild is going to fall. I believe Vanscore doesn't have relocate up for another 5 seconds, and now going to get kicked forward as well. They find the Void, and Night Stalker gets the kill. My goodness. Really well played.
Yeah, you can understand going back in to contest this, but just such a risky play with that last one to even be able to be there to disable someone. But you've also got that Yule Scepter done up for G too. So with the vision they have from the Night Stalker, if you even try and come in too close from that Bat Rider, it's so easy for them to just spin them up in the air and try and group themselves up to try and take them down. And now with this Aegis on top of Aloha Dance, starting to get very scary. I can't believe Yoku is the most farmed hero on the team right now. This is madness.
He's had a great game. 12-2-12. I mean, at 22 minutes, he has an Ags. He's going to have a Vlad's, Iron Talon, Gem, Phase Boots. He is so freaking farmed. You're right. And showing what you can do if you make the most of those first couple of night times.
Yeah, or if you put Yoku back on the offlane.
That's a good point as well. Omni Slash is going to come out second. Oh, really good Winter's Curse. That's going to make sure that Aloha Dance is able to get out of there. Tame My Wild is going to be caught up, but look at all the shots onto No Fear. He took a lot of that damage, but it was mainly soaked up by the Cold Embrace. They are going to jump inside of Yoku for the moment, turning on to Tame My Wild, and they're going to be able to kill off that Healing Ward. That's a kill going G's way, and not going to be able to find the Juggernaut, unfortunately, but it does look like eyes are on Sashlo, and God, are they really going to die for that? I think they might have learned their lesson.
Not so fast.
Yeah, one thing they are lacking is no urn or anything to stop those blinks and aid in this chase down, but Yoku's just too rich for that, man. Going for all these other items. What's he picking up now? He's got the Vlad's fully completed. What a team player. Uh-oh. Are they going to find this Bane? It certainly looks like it.
Oh, they don't
Is
have
Bane going to be close? Or rather, the
Dire's middle tower
English is
is
tired.
under
The Night Stalker can't quite get there for the Void.
Yeah, it was very close to another pickoff. Again, the odd thing about this game, we're 49 kills into it, and it's only been 24 minutes. There has been 6 towers taken. It's just been fight, fight, fight all game long. It doesn't seem like either side really wants to back down.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how many kills we have. I haven't even taken notice. It's only 24 minutes in.
It's pretty absurd.
top tower
And DD Rune on G. Oh, look at this. Can they... Yeah, just force this tower down. Don't use their exorcism. This is the best feeling ever as a Death Prophet.
That's good stuff. And only, what is that, 700 gold away from finishing off Octarine. They're going to actually end up TPing back here, and they've already caught on to Vanscore. He's going to die. Oh, really nice. They're able to TP with the Aloha Dance inside of him, so that's a quick and easy.
Oh, they're going to find Shosh, though. He's been cautious, but he'll blink. Oh, that's Blink and Force Staff. Yeah, he is not getting away.
Oh, Night Stalker found him. Good Void. They get the silence, and yeah, he's definitely dead. They find another one through, and man, G is just so big right now. That's going to end up being the completed Octarine.
Yeah, geez, all these fights, I might have to go back to the classic Bloodstone in some games, but give me that lower cooldown as he walks over to the shop. And Aloha Dance lurking in the backlines here with that Aegis. No fear.
Fear at all. And as the tier 2 tower is going to fall in the mid lane in just a couple of seconds, you got to sort of ask yourself, what's stopping them from going high ground? I don't think it's a whole heck of a lot. You're going to have Aloha Dance walk up there, Exorcism popped, and Flipside can only look on in dismay as their tier 3 tower is going to start to fall. Hoping to find any source of initiation to break off this charge, but it doesn't look like it's really going to happen.
Yeah, it's actually pretty bad timing just because it is daytime. They're totally just missing out on Yoku right now.
Oh, could deny. Alright, that's good stuff. Aloha Dance going to be pulled back. Absolutely. You got to have a silver lining. He's still alive because guess what? Arma Toggle is a thing. Gonna chase now, gets inside of No Fear. BKB has already been popped for TMW. Meanwhile, is gonna get beaten down by his own teammate. Can they find this kill? What
a follow-up stun in silence.
Aloha Dance is gonna be able to stay alive through that. No Fear is actually gonna end up falling, and that's gonna end up being a huge turnaround. Look at the damage coming out right now from TMW. They're destroying VP. They're all falling apart. They're all gonna end up dying here, I think. They're going to be able to kill off. Maybe Aloha Dance is going to be able to find a kill on a Vanscore. All of these illusions are burning through his mana. He's dropping so low, and Sidoi just trying to make his way out of here. I think that they are going to be able to find this kill. 5 heroes are dead on VP. The splash damage from Dragon Knight was just so immense in that engagement.
Yeah, once they get so grouped up, you can really see that coming out.
Oh my god.
5,400 swing. Everybody rich.
Look at the damage that Jug did actually in that fight. That is so absurd. My god. Well, they got the tier 3 tower.
I think it was a big mistake to go before nighttime. But once you pop the exorcism, you don't really have a choice. And maybe he didn't even realize that the nighttime wasn't up, but there were still like 60 full seconds when they first popped the exorcism. And we talked about how farmed Yoku is and how much of a part of this game and their success he's been. So you just like threw out 10k net worth during that fight. He didn't do anything. He quite literally couldn't do a thing. He like cast 2 silences and 2 voids.
Yeah.
That can't be your contribution from your offlaner if you're going high ground.
Well, and I think that normally it's a great hero to be able to make it happen because you can find like an initiation with the Winter's Curse or something, but you look at what Juggernaut did in that engagement, and they cast the Winter's Curse on the most tanky hero. The Dragon Knight was able to shoulder off just a lot of that. Yeah, I would completely agree with you. It was a very quickly found to be a bad decision, but they're going to reload again, and I think they can go again if they want to. Like, if they want to try and push high ground now it's nighttime, there's a chance to do it. It's a little bit bold.
Yeah, that last opportunity was just so good with the Aegis and everything, though. They could have found that perfect timing. They're trying to see if they can find anyone who was pressuring their lanes. Unfortunately, the vision is far, but it's not quite far enough. They just missed out on Sidoi, actually. That was so close.
Yeah, that's a little bit rough, and they're going to spot out his illusions heading into the jungle now, and realizing what that means, it's very frustrating indeed. But the smoke play is going to come. They've got eyes on TMW in the mid lane, and I think that they realize they're going to be heading into the jungle. This could be a really big pickoff right here if they can find it with Yoku. All grouped up together. Find him. Looking for the Winter's Curse, possibly, if they want to go for that. Vanscore is the one that jumps into the midst of all of them, and He ends up dropping incredibly quickly. The damage is still there from TFW. You need to be a little bit careful, and there's going to be another one of those Winter's Curses just not doing the most that you would want, and it does look like they're going to start to fall again. VP are taking so much damage, and nobody from Flipside is really dropping at all. Sidoi is still very tanky. TMW starting to drop low. He is going to end up going down, and a really nice cold embrace there. Going to keep G alive for the moment. It looks like they are going to be able to make it happen now. 4 dead for Flipside. I thought it was going well, but it just didn't end up being enough, and this is going to be a lane of racks at the very least. My goodness.
Radiant's top tower is under Dire's middle barracks.
Man, I think in a lot of games, when it comes to like the big ultimates and the stuns and the chronos and everything, it's really easy to see how much people are contributing, but this game, the silences from G have been so insanely on point, and as well from No Fear too, although he did end up going down in this fight. Like, he has just been, the kicks coming through, the big silences, just always controlling so many aspects of the side of Flipside. And you look at the spells that they need to get off, like the spin from the Juggernaut, he never wants to buy a BKB, and so he's like pop his Manta, and he pops Manta, and he just gets silenced again. Like Yoku all on top of that, not even just this AoE that's coming out too, like his individual silences that last for the full 8 seconds at this point because he's had such an insane game and how fast he was getting leveled.
Yeah.
It's so hard for Flipside without any BKBs, just the one on the Dragon Knight to even get anything done with a lot of their heroes. And bursting down the eye with the side of that fight too was really huge.
And the other thing about it is it's just, again, you talk about the vision advantage and what that gives you. It means that they can take those fights that they want always, and they have the setup. I'm looking at the vision right now for Flipside. They just can't, they even can't even see inside their own base, honestly. It's been such a difficult game for them, and I think, again, it comes a lot off the back of, like you were saying, those silences from G in the big team fights, and then also the early acceleration. Yoku 14-3 and 18. He's had probably one of the best Night Stalker games I think I've ever seen before.
I love what they're doing right here too. Just camping this outside this vision.
Oh god. And they spot him. They see what's happening. Ready to jump at a moment's notice. They get the silence onto Sidoi, and maybe going to be able to do a little bit more. TMW is the one that going to get jumped on. Slashlow is also there as well. He's able to blink away, actually, before the damage comes through. And Sidoi now trying to turn. They're doing a good amount with this, but not sure if it's going to be enough. They do have that cold embrace that's going to come out. Keep the Aloha Dance alive. Look at the damage coming in from the Ghost. Yoku is dropping low, but not dead as of yet. He's able to disengage from that one, and Sidoi is going to be controlled, possibly kill their point. Aloha Dance into the fountain. He's going to end up falling here as they get the Dragon Tail off, and that's going to be at least enough for the moment. This was a bit of an overextension by VP. Are they really going to get punished for this again? It's going to end up being FNG going down in a second. They actually don't have that much left for the Exorcism. No Fear is going to fall. Oh god, what have they done? They're trying to get out of here for the moment, but again, they're going to relocate in, lift up one, is still going to be able to pull down G, and he's going to fall. So 4 heroes dead from BP. They just want to pad the stats a little bit. 67 kills, because why not?
Well, it's a really cute play when it works, I guess. When you're hiding this vision, and you're just like, oh, well, they're going to be out pressuring, they're farming up the next items, and they're going to come down to one of our other lanes, and if you don't get that first initial kill into someone like Sidoi, you can't chase to the fountain, guys. I mean, come on. They know this. I'm a little bit too gung-ho, and then looks like it's going to end up costing them the Roshan.
It's going to be Roche. I mean, Jug just picked up, what did he pick up there? It's going to be his Scotty completed once he finishes off Roche. No buyback, it's worth noting, but it wouldn't have. I think that at this point you just have to double down and hope to get the most out of your items. I'm still gonna say that, like, VP, it's very hard to throw from this position, but it's certainly not impossible. Yoku is gonna get scouted there, and they're gonna be able to take him down. This is definitely the way to start it if you're gonna make it happen at all. And
why do you say these things, Lyrical?
Oh my god, they're gonna pull him back in. The Omni Slash down. It's gonna keep Aloha Dance alive though. Really nice cold embrace, fine for the moment. Pet move dropping low. They have the magnetize onto 3 and gonna be able to reapply it, doing lots of damage. TMW is gonna end up dropping as you do have Sidoi on top of him. That newly bought Scotty just up in his grill. Vanscore dropping low is gonna end up falling, and that's gonna be the Aegis going down in just a second as well. If they're capable of finding the catch, the kill, is it gonna be there? I think that it is. The Ghosts are just too much damage. Buyback for the Bat Rider, but I don't think that they're gonna be able to stop this from happening. They get the silence, he pops the Manta, but is gonna fall.
Alright, there we go. That's VP back in a serious business mode. Take that fight with perfect execution. Considering it starts losing Yoku, but the way that they prioritized every hero in that fight couldn't have been any better. And ensuring they leave the Juggernaut for last, getting the IO before any relocate saves can come out. Just it's so much control once again to ensure that like one hero gets relocated out of that, and maybe the rest just start running away from the side of Flipside. But they're forced for fully commit, and VP look like they can just end this game out here. That buyback, it was really close for the Jug actually. I'm not sure what happened. He was like 10 gold away at the end of Roche.
He bought the Scotty. He had to buy.
Yeah, that was like after Scotty though. Wasn't it?
I think he had to buy the point booster was the thing that was left over.
Oh, that must have been it. Yeah.
They cancel that one out, and Sashlo in a ton of trouble. MetPoom's going to end up falling down, and they have the buyback from the Bane. It's not nearly going to be enough. They're going to be able to bring down the Batrider. He stays alive for the moment, so nice little play there. Shiva's guard up. They're going to jump inside of No Fear for the moment. 4 heroes are here. Can they turn this one back around? They don't get the silence off, and going to try and jump. Vanscore is going to be the first to fall, possibly. No, is going to be able to get force-stepped away for the moment. Well played there. TMW dropping low, not dead as of yet, and it looks like he is going to end up falling there in the end. Well played. 3 heroes down for Flipside. They're going to have the Jug back up in a second, but they've had enough. Their diving fountain, GG, ends up getting called as it looks like finally Flipside are going to throw in the towel. And VP have done it.
It was a little bit of clowny Dota at times. Can't quite argue with that. Yeah. Second time they've been in the fountain. Ends a lot better this time though. They managed to take the win, but I think this is a really big step for VP. Just like the past recent days and everything since they've revamped the roster and swapped around all the roles. Looking fantastic. This is what everyone was expecting when VP formed this lineup, right? This is what we were all hoping for, so I'm pretty glad to see some CIS powerhouses coming out here. And Flipside, though, they have been looking pretty good. First game, really shaky. This game, a lot better, though. That mid-game bounce back was starting to look pretty scary. But, again, VP just pulling back the reins, taking control of that Death Prophet. And Yoku, man of the match, no question, I don't think. And just like his overall control and the insane amount that he got on this 3-roll Night Stalker.
Absolutely. He did a great job with it. And like I was saying, probably the best Night Stalker play that I think I've seen in a really long time. It was very impressive. Well, again, thank you, MotPax, for joining me. Everybody follow this man on Twitter. It's at MotPax. Follow me as well if you feel so inclined, at Lyrical Dota. More importantly, continue to follow this tournament. We're going to continue on tomorrow, 5:25. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which ends up translating to 20 CEST. It's going to be Ad Finum facing off against Empire, and then the day after that, the team that just won this one, Virtus Pro, facing off against Alliance. Those are both going to be best of 3s. The rest of the tournament is going to continue on from there with winner brackets, finals, lower brackets, semifinals, and then grand finals later on down the road. It's a lot of good stuff coming out from EU. We've also got China games. They're going to be taking place tonight at midnight, which is the Phase 2 stuff there as well. SEA later on this week. The Summit 5, it's happening, and the qualifiers are all over the place. So continue to follow at Beyond the Summit on Twitter to find out whenever the latest action is going to be taking place, and of course this channel as well. So thank you guys again for tuning in. It was an absolute pleasure casting for y'all, and we'll see you guys next time. Adios.